Hey, welcome everyone. This is Todd McFarlane, and we're back for another art lesson. This lesson will be on hands and fingers. Now, I had a few months ago put up this drawing here. So let's just go over it because this was just a static image, and I'm going to go over it and do it live for you. Um, Really, the biggest thing that you need to pay attention to is this note right here, which is think of the bones and the fingers as peanut shaped. And I'm talking about the ones that you see like if you go to baseball games, you know, that big bag that has one peanut and two peanuts and it goes fat and skinny and fat and skinny. If you can think of the bones in your fingers as being a peanut, then all you're doing is overlapping those peanuts, and eventually you can make every single finger. So let's just go back here and let's walk through it. So if our initial design is, again, a peanut, and here's what a peanut is. It goes like this. Now, why this is important is that this is skinnier than this. This gets a little bit fatter on the outside, a little bit fatter, and it comes in here. And that's going to be important because these areas here that get fat are going to be the areas that are going to be where your knuckles are going to go. So if we now go and see if we can, let's see if we can build a finger here. If you look at your own fingers, you're going to see there are actually three bones. So that means we have to make three peanuts. So here's one peanut, here's two peanuts, and here's where the tapering comes in. Or excuse me, the overlapping. There's an overlap right in here, remember. And then the last one isn't quite a full peanut. It actually sort of a 3/4 or a half peanut. So you have peanut 1 here, peanut 2 here, and peanut 3 here. And this is where your overlap is here, and overlap is right there. And now what we can do is I'll go to black, and we can come in here. And now let's say we were going to ink this. Oh, let's go back here and drop this back down, make it a little light, and now we'll go back here. So the reason this is important is that now when you're drawing, it forces you to go sort of a little bit thick and thin, right up in here. And all of a sudden you have your finger. Obviously your fingernail goes up in here. And then you can even almost see the wrinkles that are there. But again, most of us, if you look at your fingers, you know how you have more wrinkles at where the knuckles bend. And you go here, and you have wrinkles where the knuckle bends. And if I now click that red off, you're going to see that you now have a fairly decent composition of a finger. Now, all you have to do is repeat this step, and you will then come up with your second finger here. It goes here, and you do the same thing. You put the knuckle in it, you put the other knuckle in it, and you put the fingernail in it, and all of a sudden, making sure that you are paying attention to overlap, you can have yourself a fairly decent hand pretty quickly. Now, the other piece that we want you to pay attention to is that all fingers are not flat. And again, if you look at this one right here, that's what I'm saying right here. Don't square off the fingers, taper them up and down, up and down. All you need to do is close your own finger on your own hand and take a look at it, and you're going to see that the fingers are not all flat. So let's go back here and make sure then, as I said, that you've got your elusive middle finger, and the reason we like to use that when we're mad is because it's the tallest one in the bunch, so we make the biggest statement that we can. Here's your wrinkles up in here, and again, I'm being overly simplistic with it. But then, as you can see, if you look at your own hand, depending on your fingers, as we come in here, each one of the fingers gets a little bit smaller because they're not all thick. And there's your hand right here, and of course the thumb is going to be a lot shorter and is going to go here. And then you start adding a few lines to give you some hidden knuckles that are in your palms there. But as we know, all of these lines up in here are going to basically be the ones that say that there's your knuckle. So there's the very basics of it. Again, I can't stress enough that this peanut shape will give you, it's a bone shape, this peanut shape will just basically build every single thing that you can ever make in a hand. And you make sure that you get this tapering that goes up in here. Again, if you look back on my tweets, maybe we'll repost it so you can see the notes that I have. But I just wanted you to see me draw this very quickly for you. The next video I have is going to be how do you take these bones and instead of making them straight, how do you actually make a cool comic book hand that looks like it's very angry and it's gripping something. That will be our next one. Hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for being around. Take care. Bye.